Welcome to part 10 of the Jian playthrough, and today we'll have to quell yet another rebellion. So how many of those were there? Let's see. Gongsun Yan's rebellion. Gongsun Yuan, sorry, let's see. Coup d'etat, Wang Ling.
I can't believe
the assassination attempt. This is the 5th rebellion we have to deal with. And we're dealing with Guanqiu Jian and Wing Qing. And let's face it, folks, these guys just don't like the Sima family. Their methods, everything about them. Everyone somehow eventually hates them.
He is even more powerful than his
But the reason why things... Oh, sorry I cut you off there. The reason why things went down like they did in the last episode, where he removed Cao Feng from power and put in Cao Mao, which, by the way, will haunt Sima Shi later on in his playthrough.
Emperor tried to have Lord Sima Shi killed. That's why a new emperor.
Even though he did that, he just thought of, I mean, you guys gotta think about it from Sima Shi's perspective. This emperor basically will try to conspire to have somebody who he does not like killed. He really can't have that.
Surly man, now that he's gone.
And that means if he would try to put a hit out on him or his whole entire family.
Don't tell him I called him lazy or surly.
Just think if the emperor would actually put a hit out on a random peasant he didn't like. And to Sima Shi, that's noteworthy of being a fool.
Father-in-law, young Hu. He speaks glowingly of you.
But anyway, sadly, folks, this may be the last. No, this is the last time we'll be playing as Sima Shi, because Sima Shi. Well, this is basically his last mission. You'll see why later on.
I like your mask, my lord.
But if you played Romance of the Three Kingdoms, it's basically... Oh, no, not... Well, yeah, played and watched Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Then you... Well, and read too, because there's a book of that too. Then you probably know what's going to happen in this battle.
Lady Yuanji's quarters when I heard Lord Sima Zhao enter.
Now, this fight in particular is a pretty decent fight. It's not that bad.
It's such a waste.
As a matter of fact, it's pretty great compared to one mission later on in this playthrough. Oh, I'd like to point out something. Sima Shi is probably one of the funniest characters, even though he seems serious. He's one of those funniest characters because of the fact of his oddball obsession with meat buns. And if you think it's crazy for me to say that, play the Conquest mode. I mean, he would actually sick an entire army, and this is Sima Shi's Conquest mode, he would sick an entire army over, well, on Sima Shi over meat buns. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. But anyway, basically what you're doing is killing off as many officers as you can to try to fight your way to save Sugedon. Because if anything happens to Sugedon at this first point, well, that's the end of the mission there. And that's come to be a catchphrase. I gotta stop saying that. But yeah, the game will not let you... Well, the game will not let you, let Sugedon get killed. Instead, they'll also target Wang Yuanji, which, of course, if you lose the main camp, you'll also lose this battle as well. First and foremost, just cut these guys off the pass. After all, they're generic officers. Oh, and for those of you who played 8, Wing Yang is one of the new characters. I happened to watch on YouTube a demo of 8, and even watched gameplay of 8, and Wing Yang looks like Kane Highwind from Final Fantasy IV. No, I'm more sure he looks like a Dragoon. He even has to jump, which is kind of awkward. funny and pretty cool. Even though I hear he's one of the hardest characters to deal with. Still, at least he's better than Bao San Yang. Yeah, I've been picking on her for a lot. And let me tell you, it may seem unnecessary to pick on her, but trust me, her weapon is terrible. Her stats are terrible. And I'm just saying that from a gaming standpoint.
Indeed.
Anyway,
I'll do my best to follow your example.
you do like I did and just use the cliffs to ambush that one guy, or you can just run into them. It doesn't matter. Because basically you're offing officers left and right. Guanqiu Jian's sons, and Wenyang's sons, and a couple of generals that join their fight. You're just offing these guys. And basically, for your sake, you might want to kill every last officer. Because, let's face it, you need all the drops you can get. As I said before, this is Sima Shi's last battle. Yeah, let's go back, because I think the next place to be is, well, in the green area. But since there's nothing but soldiers, we can take our sweet time. I mean, come on, nobody's gonna come after us. Aw, come on! Really? I thought I beat you earlier.
There's no escape for you.
And did he have a weapons change or something? I'm pretty sure he had a sword or club.
This is not the end.
Well, now that Guanqiu is out of the way, next we get into the castle and deal with Guanqiu Jian and Wenqing. Here we go, people. Let's say hi to these bastards. Uh-oh. They closed the gates.
Usurper, you will be judged. Now, Wenyang. My lord, are you all right? Shochuan Castle is ours. Leave the rest to me.
Come, if you have what it takes to kill me.
Alright, now let's deal with Wenqing. And before I continue, hey, Skyrim! He just took an arrow to the head. And now, he's about to quell this rebellion. Because Wenqing and Wenyang has been defeated.
Wenqing is fleeing.
Wenqing.
Shall I give chase?
Okay, I'll pronounce it correctly. Jesus.
We still have Guanqiu Jian to defeat before this rebellion will be suppressed.
So now, basically, we're going to have to... Uh-oh. Wu reinforcements? Not good.
Seems they are led by Ding Feng.
I suspected they might take advantage of this internal conflict.
Okay.
Blast them away.
At this point in time, Wenqing defected to Wu. right after that recent attack on Sima Shi. So, we're gonna have to stop Ding Feng
I shall do my best to follow.
before he ends up going after the main camp. And I find it's really weird that Leon Shi has been participating in most of the battles as of late, because Leon Shi is actually dead by this time. You'd think she'd be an ancient grandma or something.
This time it's the main body of the Wu army.
But what makes this bad is the fact that...
will not be able to hold his ground. We must divert forces to help him.
Oh crap, let's save him. But anyway, what makes this bad is the fact that they didn't make any character models for any of the new Wu heroes. Well, other than Ding Feng and Han Ding. Well, an 8 for Han Ding anyway. I mean, Leon sure wasn't even in this battle. By this time, she died. And this feels really weird and out of place, but anyway, that's just the game, and that's just them throwing stuff in to fill in the gaps. It may be annoying to some, it may feel awkward to some, but it's almost accurate. At least it's not a what-if scenario. Anyway, you're gonna be cut off from trying to get Zugedon. And the only way you can get out is by beating the officer that trapped you in this fortress. Like so. Simply put, it's basically a race against time. Oh, and even though it may not look like it because of the fact that I have double bars of health, yeah, I scored a lot of health in that last mission. Not just the first part of this mission, but in part 9 I scored a lot of health. But whenever Dong Ai mentions about how Sima Shi looks pale, some of his health will drop. So bear that in mind. You might want to, after that event's over, go back and get you some health. It will do you very good, because the officers here will take advantage of the fact that your health has been decreased. Now then, let's save Zugedon before he dies. How awkward I'm going to be saying that, and there's going to be a reason for that awkwardness. Oh look, it's Sun Jun. Oh yeah.
How dare you?
Sun Jun, how should I put it? Sun Chen, Sun Jun, and Sun Liang, I do believe, are the 3 most despotic emperors of the Sun Kingdom. Obviously, they're not going to have character models, but still,
For yours is the first head I shall see.
these guys definitely put Wu through hell, and Sun Liang was the last emperor of Wu. And boy did he screw that place up. And now that Wei's out of the way, let's save Zugedon before he dies. Aw, he passed me up! That sucked! Alright.
You may have made the smart decision, but I am a man of weight.
There he is!
There is no escape for your lord.
I'll finish all these guys off in one fell swoop. Like that. Sweet, and he even said fool. Aw man, I drank up all my drink.
Even with supreme power, there are some things that cannot be controlled.
The enemy's ingrained loyalty, you mean?
That and fate.
My lord!
The land just barely slipped from the grasp of Sima Shi. For after quashing the rebellion led by Guanqiu Jian and Wenqin, Sima Shi collapsed in the middle of the camp. And just like that, the ambition and intellect of this talented leader were extinguished. Fate had snatched him from this world just when his star shined brightest.
Brother.
You fool! I thought I told you to defend Luoyang.
Thank you for coming. Wounded by Wei's hatred. My wound has been further gouged by their tenacity. It's all such a waste. You must lead in my place, brother. Use it as you see fit.
You're just leaving it all to me?
I've heard that somewhere before.
Following Sima Shi's death, power was transferred to his younger brother, Sima Zhao. During this transition, the remaining Wei loyalists used the opportunity to seek their revenge. The Emperor of Wei, Cao Mao, demanded that Sima Zhao remain within Xucheng. It was part of a plan to strip Sima Zhao of his authority over the military. Surprisingly, Sima Zhao obeyed the command and remained within the city. For he was not yet ready to take on the duties and obligations of a ruler. Now that Wei had seized authority, Shu would surely move as well. Having learned of Sima Shi's death, Jiang Wei decided to undertake yet another invasion. Hearing this news, Deng Ai, Zhang Hui, and their allies yearned for Sima Zhao to again take the reins. For only with the help of the Sima clan had Wei ever managed to successfully repel an invading Shu army. Even the Emperor of Wei was unable to ignore this fact, and he allowed Sima Zhao to return to Luoyang. Released from confinement, Sima Zhao immediately set out with his troops to meet Jiang Wei's forces at Tao Shui. At last, he was finally prepared to deal with the expectations that his father, brother, and his allies had placed upon him.
Here we go again. Not like on board, people, but there's a limit between persistence and foolishness. Jiang Wei just crossed that barrier. Actually, he did more than cross it. He steamrolled over it. And he's gonna pay for it in Part 11. This is RVMan985. See you guys next time.